Right off at the top of this video here, this video is all about Metabo Drops reviews and complaints. If you're looking up information about a product that you add to coffee that supposedly will help you lose weight loss product, Metabo Drops for weight loss, I have some information that might be beneficial to you, be helpful to you. And so what I do is, first off, my name is Jordan Lyles. I'm a senior reporter for the fact-checking website Snopes.com. This is my personal YouTube channel where I help people on nights and weekends with different online marketing attempts, we can call them. And it's for different products, maybe different online offers people see, and people want to know whether or not they are legitimate. And I'm going to tell you my findings about this. I did email the company Metabo Drops and asked a few questions. I think it's been 2 or 3 days. I did not receive any responses as of this recording, but if I do, I will add them to a pinned comment down below. So Metabo Drops, it's presented on a website that I saw, I believe it's the official website, as a dropper bottle where you add one tasteless and invisible drop of the product to your morning coffee to trigger more fat burning than hours of cardio, the video claims, this long video presentation on this website. And it says it's going to do that. And it's going to flip your metabolism into fat burning mode for the rest of the day, letting you eat pasta, burgers, pizza, and chocolate while still melting fat all over your body. And the video claims, and the person in the video, which I'll talk more about in a second, claims that it, whatever it is fully backed by top researchers at Harvard Medical School, Stanford University as well, and later the video mentions University of Athens. Now, I'm not saying the video is claiming that those universities back the product, but some people might, receive that impression upon watching the video and think, oh, Harvard, Stanford, and the University of Athens in Greece backed this product, and that's not the case. That's not necessarily what the video says, but it does say that it, whatever it is fully backed by top researchers at Harvard, Stanford, and the University of Athens. So that was something, I'm reading off some notes that I made, that was something that made me say, okay, I need to write this down. Because a lot of these medicinal products out there these days that you can find for whatever reason, mostly only online, you often find a long video like this. And then that makes me want to go and look at the video to see what can I find that might be helpful to people to inform them. And that's one of the reasons I'm making this video here. So Metabo Drops reviews and complaints, Metabo Drops scam or legit. Some people might search for that. Metabo Drops Amazon, Metabo Drops Walmart. You might find it on walmart.com or amazon.com. Those are third-party listings. You're not necessarily going to find it at a Walmart store in your town, right? So, continuing with my notes, Metabo Drops. Someone in the video says, it all goes back to a simple coffee hack originating from a tiny island village in a remote region of Greece where people live well into their 90s eating plenty of bread, pasta, wine, cheese, and dessert every single day. Sounds a little too good to be true, right? And that's one of the questions I asked the company. I'll tell you about that in just a minute. Some videos in the lengthy video presentation, some of the clips appear AI generated, showing an old woman supposedly preparing a special mixture added to her coffee. But it's unclear if those videos are AI generated. I just think, in my opinion, they look AI generated. They're vertical videos, unlike some of the other footage, and they have a smooth, weird look that you sometimes get with AI generated videos. There is a quote, Blue Zone coffee hack phrase that's thrown around the video at least one time, maybe more than once. Blue Zone coffee hack. It's like a buzzword key phrase thing to promote the product, the marketing of it. There's another quote from the video. No diets, no pills, powders, or injections. That's somewhat correct. It's not a pill. It's not a powder. It's not an injection. They want you to think maybe it's going to be some sort of recipe, like they show people mixing something at the beginning of the video. And the promise of a recipe is the classic thing you see in these sorts of videos where they will claim near the beginning of the video, they're going to maybe even hint, maybe not even claim, but kind of hint with visuals that they're going to tell you something about how to make a recipe, a mixture that's going to help you do something. And in this case, lose weight. And that's not the case. It's not a pill. It's not a powder or an injection like they claim it's not going to be, but it is a dropper bottle of dietary supplements, if you want to call them that. So the video claims, long video presentation on the website that I mentioned, claims 334,000 people already used the method or product. I see that sort of a number, whether it's 78,000, 400,000, 200,000, whatever, but there's never any attribution for someone who's an independent researcher to figure out whether or not that's a real number. If I had to guess, that number was made up. That's my opinion. That's potentially what happened there, because this is something that, unless it had a bunch of other names, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense that there would be 334,000 people who already use it, but no one talking about it online that I could tell, other than some marketing that I found. I saw several testimonials in a row that are resembling actors in the video presentation, in my opinion. There's someone in the video named John Barban, B-A-R-B-A-N, or Barban, who identifies as the host, a, quote, fat loss specialist, quote, nutrition and wellness expert, and, quote, 3-time best-selling author. And so I wanted to note that here in case you saw someone in the video, you forgot the name. There's another quote in the video, fat-burning coffee trick. And again, it ends up being a dropper bottle, not like a mixture or some sort of a recipe, and that's important to remember. The video claims you won't even need to do a single extra minute of exercise. And that, anytime I see anything where they don't claim no diet or exercise, but they're claiming, it's going to, no more exercise than what you're doing now. That's kind of saying you better already be exercising without saying it, in my opinion. The video claims the breakthrough is backed by the latest cutting edge science, peer-reviewed studies, firsthand experience, and the breathtaking real world results of thousands of everyday women and men just like you. But it's hard to find information confirming that, where we're studies, trials, whatever. I couldn't find any of that stuff. The video claims that Barban has been hailed as one of the world's leading experts in metabolism and weight loss by top doctors and nutritionists. Another question that I asked, I'll tell you about that in a second. And the website says to consult your physician before taking their products, but that's very small print at the very bottom in the footer, the very bottom of the entire page. It's interesting. The website mentions what looks to be a UPS store address, 6409 Fayetteville Road in Durham, North Carolina, as their address, but there's no box number. I thought that was interesting. The email address, if you're looking for Metabo Drops customer support phone number, Metabo Drops customer service phone number, or email address, support@metabodrops.com. The phone number that I saw here in January 2026 is 844-236-6478. And so the questions that I asked, I'll go over these really fast. I sent this email, 3 days ago. Number one, in the main video on the website's homepage, the narrator is talking about Metabo Drops and describing information about how it works, and says it was backed by top researchers at Harvard, Stanford, and they later mentioned University of Athens. Can you provide evidence and contact information confirming these claims about the universities? Question 2 of 3. Number 2, the video claims the simple coffee hack originates from a tiny island village in a remote region of Greece where people live well into their 90s, eating plenty of bread, pasta, wine, cheese, and dessert every single day. Can you provide evidence confirming this claim, specifically about the region in Greece? And number 3, the video claims 334,000 people already use the method or product. Can you provide evidence confirming this claim? What information did you source to conclude 334,000 people already use the method or product? Those seem like important questions to me if you're trying to find more information about this and to see if you can find the truth about what's going on. So Metabo Drops reviews and complaints, Metabo Drops scam or legit, in case you're searching for that. Metabo Drops ingredients, whatever. And I don't think it's Metabo or anything, right? Whatever the pronunciation is supposed to be of this thing. I hope that I helped. Like, comment, subscribe. There's a join button down below that's really big. If you want to tap that, that's to help out with my efforts. And there's also a thanks button. I hope that you got something out of this. Let me know if you have any other information about this. The point of my video is to inform what I saw in the video that's going around that you maybe saw and the reason why you searched and found my video. And if you did learn something from my video, that's great. Thank you for watching.